want to talk a little bit about self-pity and how we get out of the rut. How do we get out of that rut of saying, why me? Why did this happen to me? Out of all people, why does this have to be happening to me? And, I wouldn't be talking about this if I wasn't once there myself. For a long, long time, I asked those questions consistently. And I had a really hard time coming to grips with the fact that no matter how many times I ask that question to how many different people, the answer remains the same. No one knows, and it's still you. And until I really got that mindset, underway and sort of realized that it doesn't matter how many ways you ask it or to how many different people, the answer is still the same, and your life is still yours. This life always begins and ends with you. And there's nothing that anybody can make you do. They can suggest things to make you happier. They can try their best to understand your situation. And I know that there's times where, sometimes people say things to us about what we should try or what we should do. And in our mind, we're like, everybody's saying these things of what we should do, and I'm just feeling overwhelmed, and I don't know what to do, and I can't do a lot. And so a lot of the times our illness becomes overwhelming to us. But regardless of how many times people can try to lead us in the right direction or be supportive of us, there's nobody that can take control over your life more than you. That's what this all boils down to. And I know, trust me, I've been that person, and I still am that person that, I wake up every day thinking, is this pain ever going to get better? And then I say, I don't know, and go on with the day. Because there's no point in sitting there wondering about things you're never going to get an answer to, or certainly not going to get an answer to that day. And I've been that person just really wanting to do much in a given day. And that's okay. Those days are going to happen, like I've mentioned. And that doesn't mean that you're reverting or you're taking steps back or anything like that. It just means that we're human. We're going through a struggle that is certainly far from easy. And we just sometimes need a break. But I also, I'm also here to tell you that life certainly does not end in a wheelchair. For a long, long time, I thought it did. I know some of you are like me, and we just want to push through as much as we can till we literally collapsed and walked that very last day. And I certainly was that person. But I quickly realized that mentally, my life ended in the years that I struggled so much to do things, and I wasn't physically able to do a lot of things. I wasn't physically able to go shopping or go grocery shopping or get into a lot of places or go visit friends at certain places or even having the energy to want to do it. And if you're in that situation as well, if you can't go for walks without feeling like you're gonna fall, if you can't go to the grocery store and you can't go to the mall and you're feeling like you're withdrawing from your friends and you're not able to meet them at a lot of places because it's just too physically exhausting to get in and too difficult, trust me, you can do those things in a wheelchair. I do go to malls. I do go grocery shopping. I play tennis. I've gone to the gym lately. I think what it all boils down to, though, and a big, big part of this fight, is finding other ways. It's realizing if you need a wheelchair, you need one, and you have to accept it. That's number one. Then you have to get one, and you have to follow through on the promise you've made to yourself to try and make a better life for yourself. Try to regain a purpose in life and try to regain independence. So that's the first part of it. And then it's mentally saying to yourself that you deserve it, that you're worth it, that you're not going to become a victim to the illness. And that's a huge part of winning this fight, is just not letting the illness bring you down mentally and emotionally every single day. And like I said, it starts with one small step, whether it's trying something new or getting outside, even if it has to be in a wheelchair, and feeling that empowering feeling that you get when you're able to do something that you once thought you couldn't. Like when you can once again drive, when you can once again go to the mall, when you can once again go grocery shopping even though it's not all that fun, and when you can once again play a sport you love or go to places that you never thought you'd be able to go to again. There's nothing more empowering than that. And in those moments, you become an inspiration to so many people and you don't even know it. First and foremost, be an inspiration to yourself, 100%. But by doing that, by showing the world, like, look, it doesn't matter what MS throws my way, I will find a way to get around it as best as I can. And finding a way around it is finding other means to do it. If one massage therapy place doesn't work because it's not wheelchair accessible, find another. If one restaurant doesn't work, find another. If one outlet is not giving you what you desire, find another. If you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people, surround yourself with positive ones. But all of those things, all of them are little changes, and none of them can happen without you. You are the one that makes change in your life. You are the one that makes the destination happen. You're the one that grabs your life by the horns and says, look, I'm not going to be the one sitting in the house and becoming a victim to you, MS. Like, it is not going to happen. And you have to have that little attitude, and you have to have that willpower and the determination to get out there and make it happen. Driving, obviously, you're not going to do in a wheelchair, but I use it as an example because I went through the steps necessary to get it modified, to get to the point where now I can get out and I can go so many places on my own. As long as they're wheelchair accessible, I can go. If they're not wheelchair accessible, I find different ones. So if you're stuck in a rut, take a step. It doesn't have to be big. Everything starts with the smallest step, but take one. And let me know how it goes, guys. And if you have any questions or as always, I'm always open to feedback. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye.